So, I know we're all tired. I could just feel it collectively. We are all just at a point where we're just like, bro, this year's kicking so many of our asses. And it just feels so weird. I don't know, just the energy feels so weird to me lately. Something is off, something is wrong. There's a lot of weird shit going on, with just in general, this year has been strange. How many comrades we've seen go down, too, like Alex Ricero, JK Ultra, Gia Prism, Sarah Treadwell, and then we have the stuff with David Wilcock and Joe Felt, and now Perez Hilton, and just weird stuff going on. And then let alone all the stuff going in the world and the fact that Donald Trump is still president. It's just like there's too much evidence against the man. So it just shows that this is like all a show. It's all a show. And that's kind of like the scary part is I feel like a lot of us feel very out of control right now. This feels very out of control and very like solutionless. We just feel like we're at the helms of Satan. That's what it feels like to me right now. And we're seeing how Satan's getting people. And it's just like, oh my God. And God just wants us to stay calm and chill in this. It's like, what is the man thinking? Like, why did he wake us up and then make us sit here and watch all of this? Like, crazy stuff. And it's just like, we gotta find meaning in it. We gotta find purpose in the suffering. And, lately I've been on a really delusional timeline of like all the people who've been taken out are gonna be brought back. And this world is gonna be made fair, just, and equal, and every person who's doing damage right now is gonna have to pay for it in ways that they can't even imagine, and this place is going to change forever. It's going to change forever, and it's going to be really uncomfortable, and it's going to make a lot of people very angry, and it's going to make a lot of people very sad, and it's going to make a lot of people very upset. And then there's people on this side of things that can't fucking wait, and it's going to feel amazing, and it's finally going to be exactly what we dreamed of, and we're going to get all our dreams coming true, and it is going to feel amazing even for the people who are angry and pissed off and in grief of losing these identities, but it's going to be replaced with the most beautiful, wholesome, real, authentic identities that they should have always had. And people are going to get a chance to make their wrongs right, and they're going to get a chance to heal, and they're going to get a chance to take accountability, and we're going to get those years and years of reparation, of repairing with people, and repairing communities that have never gotten a break, that have just been enslaved for as long as we can remember and as long as we all have been living. And that's going to mean everything. That is worth every ounce of uncomfortable discomfort, anger, grief there is, because God's going to make this right in the most beautiful and magical ways for us. But the cost of that, the cost of having to exist right now and like watch all of this and feel this deep frustration and feel this like discontentment and this what the hell, why is this not going faster, feeling it's a high cost. It's a high cost to our futures. Our whole lives have been a high cost to our futures, though. And that's what I'm here to like remind you of, is that this is not new. This is not new. They've been taking people out this entire time. JFK, Martin Luther King Jr., they've been repressing information this whole time. They're playing the same game, the same playbook that they always have. They've always taken people out. They've always, done things to intimidate and scare people. This is the same thing that they always do. So, lest us not be afraid, because they cannot take us all out. And God and the aliens are not going to allow that anyway, because they need us here. And even if they do take us out, well, we know we're coming back. Because that's the channels I've been getting lately. And Islam, Muslim, Christians, and Jews all have been manifesting that reality, that the miracles of bringing people back from the dead, and that everybody will be judged on Judgment Day. And it's really because we need to heal. It's because people need to be held accountable. It's because people need answers. You know, that kind of stuff. There's too many players that have been taken out too that, like, I need. You know, that we need here right now in this time. Like, I think about the Grateful Dead, like Bob Weir and Jerry Garcia. Like, we cannot have a new Earth without Bob Weir and Jerry Garcia, like, playing shows. Like, we need them back. You know, we need the lead singer of We Came as Romans. He also passed away. I need him back. He made the most incredible synchronistic album. The children and people of Gaza, we need them back so they can be reunited with their families, and we will rebuild Gaza to be more beautiful than it was when it began. And so it will end up being better than it was, even though they had to go through like this difficult time. We need anybody that's been wrongfully taken out by by all of this manipulation. And God can create the whole universe. God created us. God created all of this. Him bringing people back from the dead is not a big deal for him. But for us it is, which is why he left it in the Bible, which is why he left it in the Quran, which is why he left it in the Torah, or whatever the hell you call it, the Jewish book. He's been seeding this into people's minds, bodies, brains, and nervous systems for centuries. He's been preparing. That's the craziest part, is that we are now in the times of what he's been preparing people for. And we are the people that we read about, that people obsess over. And there's so many more Jesuses than I could have ever possibly imagined. But it does make such logical, coherent sense that there would be more than one Jesus. And it's just that people have to recognize that they're Jesus. And that's how we defeat Satan. If everybody recognized the Jesus within them, and like they realize that we're actually in biblical times, and that they have a part of Jesus within them, and that that's the part that they need to tap into and align to get to heaven, because that's how you get to heaven. That's why Jesus was here. It was to align you to heaven on earth. He taught people how to get there, how to get out of hell, out of the distortion, rewire their brains, because he did it through teaching and speakings and miracles. And so all of those things like put proof into your brain and also help you believe in God. And that's why Jesus was a messenger for God, because believing in God is part of the human experience. And again, you can believe in anything you want to believe, the universe, deities, any of that stuff. But like half of the world believes in God. So that's just like the easiest thing to do, you know, as a human. Is to just get aligned with whatever feels good for your inner child. And for me, you know, I was connected to God for a very long time until I left him. And then I reconnected back to him. And it's been helping me a lot get through these really, really dark, tough times. And confirmation verbs. Learning how to trust him and his plan, and that he, like, these channels that he's telling me are true, and that he's not lying to me, and like this isn't made up, and that he really does have good things for us. And he keeps trying to show me through movies, through the Bible, through people online, like through the external reality, and how they're aligning with literally Satan, satanic ritualistic cults and all that stuff. Like, that's really what this is. It is a biblical time that we are going through. And that is just so... I think that's a lot to process. I think that is a lot to handle and to come to the realization of. But at the same time, the outcomes are going to be miraculous. Like, we cannot fathom what this is going to be. It's going to be so much better than we can even imagine. And God wants that on purpose, because it also is worse than we could have imagined. Genuinely. This is the worst it could possibly be. We are all stressed to the nines, out of our minds right now, with just confusion. And God will bring us clarity. He is. He is going to do that.